She didn't change her outfit. She changed her tone. Her routine didn't shift overnight. But her words did. Most men think betrayal comes with lipstick on a collar or a text left open. But the real signs, they come disguised in the form of harmless phrases, phrases that sound soft, reasonable, even innocent, until you listen closer. Because when a woman strays, she doesn't always confess. She adjusts her language. She starts rewriting the script, not with lies, but with half-truths, diversions, and emotional fog. And if you don't know how to hear the shift, you'll miss the message hiding behind the words. Today, we're decoding the top 5 deceptive phrases women use when they've strayed. Not to feed your suspicion, but to sharpen your perception. Because the man who listens beyond the obvious is the man who never gets played in silence. These aren't guesses, they're patterns. Patterns women use when guilt starts to rise, but the truth still hides. Let's break them down. So next time you hear one, you don't second-guess your gut. You trust it like a compass. This phrase sounds calm, rational, even mature. It wears the mask of emotional self-care, as if she's stepping away to find herself. But when it comes out of nowhere, without a major conflict, without real explanation, you're not hearing a boundary. You're hearing a warning. "I just need some space right now" is one of the most deceptively gentle breakup strategies in the book. It creates a cushion, a delay, a slow fade that feels like you're still in the picture, while in reality, she's already halfway out. Here's what most men miss. Space, in the context of real love, is usually communicated with connection. There are still check-ins, honesty, and vulnerability. But when she uses this line and suddenly grows cold, vague, and unreachable, that's not healing, that's hiding. Often this phrase is used to justify emotional or physical distance without owning the truth. Maybe there's someone else in the background, an old flame, a new friend, or a curiosity she doesn't want to admit. And rather than face the discomfort of confession, she takes the easy way out. Space. It gives her room to explore while keeping you on standby. It's not closure, it's limbo. She gets the benefit of freedom without the guilt of a breakup. And the longer you wait, the more control she holds. The hard truth: when a woman genuinely loves you but needs space, her actions reflect care even in her distance. But when it's a cover for betrayal, everything feels off. So don't just listen to the words, watch the behavior that follows. Because sometimes space isn't a break, it's a back door. And by the time you realize it, she's already made herself at home somewhere else. It doesn't sound like betrayal. It sounds like compassion. But look closer, because behind this soft delivery hides one of the most deceptive emotional exits a woman can make. You deserve someone better. On the surface, it sounds noble, like she's honoring you, like she's letting you go with grace. But beneath the kindness is a confession she's not brave enough to say out loud. This isn't selflessness. This is a strategic surrender. She's not lifting you up. She's stepping away without guilt. This phrase is the emotional equivalent of a clean getaway. It allows her to walk out without being labeled the villain, to pass the blame back to you, masked in sympathy. She's not breaking up with you because she did something wrong. No, it's because you're too good. And here's the dark genius of it. You start questioning yourself. Am I too much? Am I not what she needs? But the truth is, she's already made her choice. And this phrase? It's the velvet glove over the cold hand of detachment. Often this line is dropped when she's emotionally checked out, or worse, emotionally invested elsewhere. She might have already crossed lines you don't know about yet, and this phrase becomes her soft landing before you ever find the truth. Timing matters. Listen for this line when things feel distant, when she stops engaging, when the energy shifts, but nothing is being said directly. Because this isn't just a breakup line, it's a signal that she's already mentally gone. So don't hear it as a compliment. Hear it for what it really is, an exit strategy wrapped in flattery. The moment she says, "You deserve someone better," understand this. She's not choosing you. She's just trying to leave without blood on her hands. The more someone rushes to defend what wasn't accused, the louder the silence behind it becomes. Nothing happened, I swear. We're just friends. At first glance, it sounds innocent, even reassuring. But look closer. This phrase isn't meant to comfort you. It's meant to manage your perception. And often, it shows up before you've even asked the question. Here's the truth. When someone has truly done nothing wrong, their energy is calm, transparent, still. But when guilt creeps in, they get ahead of the confrontation. They present their own alibi unprompted. They frame the situation before your intuition even kicks in. Why? Because deception doesn't always come with lies. It comes with premature defense. This phrase is a classic form of narrative control. It's not just the words, it's the timing, the urgency, the rehearsed delivery. She tells you they're just friends, not to give you clarity, but to shut down your questions before they start. Pay attention to the tone. Is she calm or defensive? Is she explaining or convincing? When someone emphasizes nothing happened over and over, it's usually because something did, emotionally, mentally, or physically. The phrase also disarms you by using a comforting label, friend. But real betrayal often hides in safe places. A friend who texts her late at night. A friend whose name suddenly pops up more often than usual. A friend she gets irritated about when you bring him up. This isn't about jealousy, it's about energy. If your instincts feel off, don't ignore the phrase. It may be dressed in innocence, but underneath, it's a signal that the boundaries have already been crossed. Trust your gut, because when she says we're just friends with urgency, emotion, and deflection, it's rarely just about friendship. It's about what she's trying to protect. It starts as a question, but ends as an accusation. You speak up, calmly, confidently. Maybe you noticed a shift, her tone, her energy, a detail that didn't add up. You don't attack her. You ask. You express concern. But instead of clarity, you get hit with one phrase. You're just being insecure. In that moment, the conversation isn't about truth anymore. It's about you, your mindset, your emotional stability. And that, my friend, is no accident. This isn't a defense. It's emotional deflection, a tactic used to flip the script and make you question yourself. She didn't answer your concern. She redirected it. She made your observation about your flaws instead of her actions. Understand this. When a woman's hands are clean, she'll bring you reassurance. When they're not, she'll bring you confusion. And this phrase is designed to create emotional fog, to silence your intuition before it gets too close to the truth. Here's why it works on the unaware. It attacks your confidence in your perception. It implies that your feelings are irrational, even if they're spot on. It subtly puts her in the role of the victim, and you as the insecure aggressor. But here's the truth. Real relationships are built on transparency, not tactics. If your gut is ringing alarms and her response is to shame you for feeling it, she's not protecting the relationship. She's protecting a secret. The emotionally intelligent man doesn't explode. He doesn't beg. He watches. He listens. He trusts his internal compass because insecurity is loud, but intuition is quiet and sharp. So the next time you hear, "You're just being insecure," don't argue. Just lean back and look closer. Because that phrase wasn't spoken to clear your doubt. It was spoken to bury it. They don't panic when you're wrong. They panic when you're close. When a woman utters the phrase, "Stop overthinking, you're always so paranoid," it may sound like she's calming the storm. In reality, she might be redirecting it, not because you're wrong, but because you're asking the right questions. This phrase isn't just deflection, it's a defense mechanism, a psychological maneuver meant to flip the script and make you second-guess your gut. Suddenly, you're not a man following his instincts. You're the insecure one, the jealous one, the one making things up. But here's what they don't tell you. Paranoia is just intuition that's been gaslit too many times. When something feels off, it usually is. Maybe it's her shift in energy, her sudden privacy, her over-explanation, or worse, her under-explanation. And when you bring it up, she doesn't address it. She discredits it. That's not comfort. That's control. This phrase is designed to isolate your thoughts, to make you feel like you're the problem for sensing the problem. It's a verbal smoke bomb, one that clouds your clarity and makes you doubt your reality. But the man who knows himself, who trusts the quiet pull of his instincts, he listens anyway. He doesn't yell. He doesn't accuse. He observes. And the moment he hears that phrase, he knows. She's not easing his mind. She's evading the truth. Because real loyalty doesn't fear your intuition. It welcomes it. Real love doesn't label your concern as paranoia. It leans in to reassure. So the next time you hear, "You're overthinking," pause. Not to silence your thoughts, but to sharpen them. Because the truth doesn't always run from confrontation. But a lie? It always needs a disguise. And that phrase, it's one of its favorites. They never come out and say it. No full confession, no dramatic meltdown, just a subtle shift, a softened phrase, a well-timed "you're overthinking," and suddenly you're the villain for feeling something real. But now you know better. The most dangerous betrayals don't come with proof. They come wrapped in compassion, in phrases meant to calm, deflect, and delay. Not to protect your heart, but to buy her time. "I just need space. You deserve better. Nothing happened, I swear." you're just insecure. Stop overthinking, you're paranoid. Each one isn't a red flag on its own, but when delivered at the right moment with the wrong energy, they become warnings, soft-coded confessions for the emotionally blind. The man who survives this game isn't the one who reacts. It's the one who observes, who trusts his intuition when the tone shifts, who listens not just to what is said, but why it's said. So here's your power. Don't explode. Don't beg. Just listen. And when the words don't match the behavior, believe the energy, because truth has no fear. But lies? They always speak first. Drop a comment with no more blind eyes if you've ever felt your gut scream louder than her excuses. Subscribe for more real, raw, and unfiltered breakdowns on deception, loyalty, and masculine awareness. And watch the next video of hidden signs she's losing respect for you before you miss what's right in front of you. Because once you learn the language of betrayal, you'll never be fooled by silence again.